What is this hall?
What was that?
I'll go check it out.
It's dangerous going alone. I'll come with you.
All right. I will stay and secure the area.
With arcades losing popularity, the number of new rail shooters has declined in recent years, but Nintendo's point-and-shoot controller is sparking a revival in the genre, with several titles coming to the Wii this fall. In the lead is Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles, which lets players relive the series' history from a new perspective and with plenty of firepower.
Part of the blame was cleverly shifted to the American government.
As the name implies, Umbrella Chronicles retells the story of the evil corporation's downfall. The events summarize the plots of Resident Evil 0, the original Resident Evil, and Resident Evil 3, and introduce an all-new chapter that sees Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine infiltrating a newly discovered Umbrella facility in the frigid Russian wilderness. Each section also features side missions that reveal what Wesker was up to throughout the timeline, and players also get a first look at Richard Aiken's doomed journey throughout the mansion. In addition, dozens of hidden documents provide detailed information on the game's characters, creatures, and locations. So there's plenty of new content to keep hardcore fans busy updating their timelines. In contrast to many rail shooters, which can sometimes be completed in under an hour, the Umbrella Chronicles packs in hours and hours of gameplay. The main thrust of the game takes place through 12 missions, each of which is at least 15 minutes long. And if you're playing solo, some can last up to an hour with repeated attempts. Side chapters add nearly a dozen more missions that bring tougher groups of enemies and new boss fights. However, these bonus levels recycle earlier environments, simply rerouting you through a stage from one of the main chapters. Umbrella Chronicles does quite a bit to keep players coming back, too. A few levels feature multiple paths, enticing you to return to investigate every road. And it takes repeated passes to find all of the secret documents, which are hidden in breakable objects like vases and light bulbs. At the end of a mission, you're ranked on your performance and rewarded with stars to upgrade weapons, adding even more incentive to replay levels for faster times and increased accuracy. Rounding out the surprising amount of content are harder difficulty levels and a 2-player co-op mode, which lets you bring a friend along for a head-blasting good time. The Umbrella Chronicles focuses more on pinpoint precision than quick reactions. Sure, a lot of enemies jump at you from the shadows, but each creature has a minuscule weak point that you'll need to tag if you plan on taking it down without wasting time or ammo. In addition to your default handgun, you'll also find a variety of shotguns, automatics, and other weapons as you progress through the game, giving you some relief in crowded situations. The default control layout works well, allowing you to target foes, switch weapons, grab items, and throw grenades all with one hand. You can reload with a quick shake of the wrist or hold A to pull out your knife. The game also takes a page from Resident Evil 4 with dodge and counterattack moves that require you to quickly press a button or shake the controller when prompted by large button icons. Nintendo's new Zapper peripheral is also supported, but it's more of a hindrance than a help. However, players who choose the Zapper control type can dispense with the accessory and benefit from being able to reload with the nunchuck, keeping their cursor steady on the screen. Being confined to predetermined paths actually adds to the sense of dread and panic, since you're completely unable to back up or run away, and you'll need to grab items fast as your perspective whips around a room. Waiting as the camera slowly peers around corners is unsettling, and nothing beats the rush of seeing a Crimson Head race towards you without warning. Having a second player reduces the sense of anxiety, and enemy encounters become significantly easier to manage. But your partner better be up to snuff, as you'll share a life bar, and both of you need to dodge attacks. Most stages are topped off with long and intense boss battles with familiar enemies like the giant scorpion and Nemesis. Each of these showdowns amps up the need for precision, since some attacks can only be stopped by putting a bullet through the opponent's weak point. Chances are you'll have to repeat these fights several times before achieving victory. While Umbrella Chronicles is fantastic overall, there are a few gripes. Annoyances like leeches and small spiders jump at the screen, forcing you to mindlessly shake the remote until you slice through them all. Slashing at a creature that's presumably on your face breaks the sense of immersion, and the vomit that some zombies spew at you can quickly be shot out of the sky, which doesn't make much sense. The visuals in Umbrella Chronicles look good, but they're usually a step behind the now elderly Resident Evil 4. Fans will be happy to experience all the old haunts in 3D, and the bright flashlights you get in some areas provide a great effect. Pre-rendered cutscenes tie the story together as usual, but the characters still haven't given up on delivering corny one-liners.
Yeah, but first, we have to make it out of here alive.
The Umbrella Chronicles is a superb entry in the genre with a ton of great missions and reasons to play again and again. Anyone that enjoys the macabre or going nose-to-nose with zombies should check it out. Fans will absolutely love it, as it's basically a love letter from Capcom to them.